Lesson 14. Revelation and Science. Do revelation and science contradict each other? No. Revelation and science do not and cannot contradict each other, for both are of God. There may at times be an apparent conflict between faith and science, but this is only apparent and never real. God cannot contradict himself. He cannot lead us into error. True science is the handmaid of religion. Science and the scientific method are means of arriving at the truth, and religion is truth. The greatest scientists have been Christians. A majority of outstanding leaders in science were Catholics, and many were priests. Only the shallow dabblers in science absurdly pretend that there is a conflict. The apparent conflicts arise from false interpretations, as when one takes for scientific truth what is false or not proved, or accepts as a doctrine of faith something not taught by the Church. There can never be a real conflict between revelation and science because they deal with entirely different spheres. Revelation is concerned with faith and spiritual things. Physical science is concerned only with material things. The Bible's purpose is to teach salvation, but people make the mistake of considering it a treatise on science. St. Thomas and St. Augustine taught that when the Bible describes some phenomenon of nature, it sets it down in terms of its appearances. No scientific experiment or theory can dispense with the necessity of a creator. Unless his existence is accepted, we can never explain the origin of matter, even the most elementary, the origin of motion, the origin of the very first living organism, and of the spiritual soul of man, and the origin of the order and law so apparent in the universe. What are the difficulties found by some scientists on the biblical account of creation? The difficulties found by some scientists in the biblical account of the creation are connected with the order or sequence of events followed in the book of Genesis. If we study the proper interpretation, even these difficulties will be found not to exist. The account in the book of Genesis is in logical, not chronological order. The writer groups together similar works of creation for the easier understanding of a primitive people. The Church has not made any positive definition of the way in which the biblical account of creation is to be interpreted. Catholics are free to accept the interpretation that they prefer, so long as they also accept the fact taught that God created the whole universe and everything in it. Neither revelation nor science gives a definite answer to the question concerning the age of the world. Geologists assert that long periods of time were necessary for the formation of the various strata on the Earth's surface. Astronomers assert that some stars are 1,000,000 light-years from the Earth. A Catholic is free to hold on this point whatever he believes is a sound and scientific conclusion. The estimates of scientists vary.